Treasurer Luna? Ready? All right, Trustee King?
Ready to go?
Okay. I would like to call the Flint Board of Education Annual Organization Meeting to order at 6:30 p.m. Board members, as I call your name, please reply present for the record. Michael Clack, I am present. Joyce Ellis McNeil.
Present.
Teray King.
Present.
Trustee King, I'm sorry, I'm tripping, y'all.
Present.
Trustee Luna.
Present.
Trustee McIntyre. Present. Trustee Perkins.
Present.
Trustee Rutherford.
Present.
Okay. The board will now hear comments from the public. We ask that you state the reason for addressing the board and that you limit your remarks to 3 minutes on matters within the authority of the board and not address individuals by name. The presiding officer of the board shall have the right to limit the number of persons who address the board on the same subject. Please state your name and address first before beginning to speak. Is there anyone here from the public who wishes to address the board? Anyone? Okay, the next portion of our meeting calls for the election of officers. At this time, I am seeking a motion to nominate Superintendent Jones to serve as acting chairperson.
Support. Support.
Okay, the motion is before you.
Oh, wait, sorry. I make a motion that Superintendent Jones chairs this meeting.
Okay.
Support.
Seek a second. Okay, it has been properly moved and seconded that Superintendent Jones serve as acting chairperson until the president is elected. Are there any questions? Okay, seeing no questions, I will now conduct a roll call vote. When I say your name, say yes or no to approve this motion. Trustee Luna?
Yes.
Trustee King?
Yes.
Trustee Rutherford?
Yes.
Trustee McNeil?
Yes.
Trustee McIntyre?
Yes.
Trustee Perkins?
Yes.
And myself, Trustee Clack, vote yes. The motion passes 7-0. Okay.
Thank you, Trustee Clack. The process for the election is that I will entertain all nominations for this position. Once I have all nominations, we will have a roll call vote. I ask that when I call your name, you give the name of the candidate of your choice. Once I have completed the roll call and we have a majority vote, the selection for the office of president will be completed. Are there any questions or comments before we begin? Yes, sir.
Yeah. I would just make a few remarks. I want to thank those who served as officers this year, especially President Clack. I know at the start it was a bit rough, but I think as a body, we've come together on many issues. On the issues we don't agree with, we've come to understanding about why we don't agree. So I think you've done a good job as president. There's always space for improvement, and we talked about that privately, but thank you for your leadership this past year.
Thank you.
Any other questions or comments before we begin? Are there any nominations? As I stated, the first office is that of president for 2024. I will entertain all nominations at this time. Are there any nominations for president?
I'd like to nominate Dr. Joyce McNeil for president.
All right, Trustee Perkins nominates Dr. Joyce McNeil for president. Dr. McNeil, are you accepting?
Yes,
Okay. Any other nominations? Any other nominations?
I'd like to nominate Trustee King.
Mr. Clack is nominating Trustee King. Trustee King, do you accept that nomination?
Yes.
I'll ask one more time, are there any other nominations for president? Seeing no other nominations, we will conduct the roll call vote. What I'm going to ask trustees to do is to state the last name of the trustee, whether it's McNeil or King, in your answer. When I call your name, please state the board member's last name. Michael Clack.
King.
Joyce Ellis McNeil.
Myself, McNeil.
Teray King.
King.
Dylan Luna.
McNeil.
Would you repeat that?
McNeil.
Okay. Laura McIntyre,
McNeil.
Claudia Perkins,
McNeil.
Melody Relaford.
King.
Okay. I'm going to repeat those so we're clear. Michael Clack, King. Joyce Ellis McNeil, McNeil. Teray King Jr., King. Dylan Luna, McNeil. Laura McIntyre, McNeil. Claudia Perkins, McNeil. And Melody Relaford, King. Total votes is 7. 4 votes for McNeil, 3 votes for King. Dr. Joyce McNeil has the majority vote. The majority indicates that we will have Dr. Joyce Ellis McNeil serve as the president for 2024.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
At this time, I would like to turn the floor over to our newly elected president.
Thank you, Superintendent Jones. I will now continue the election process as the Superintendent Jones outlined. Once I receive all nomination, I will conduct a roll call vote, and you will state the name of your candidate of choice. Are there any questions? Seeing no question, nomination election for Vice President has begun. Are there any nominations? Yes.
I nominate Michael Clack for Vice President.
Any more nominations?
I nominate Teray King for Vice President.
Any more nominations? Writing something down, give me a second. It keep going off. Seeing no other nomination, we'll now conduct a roll call vote. Michael Clack.
Clack.
Teray King. Trustee Lona.
Black.
Trustee McIntyre.
Clack.
Claudia Perkins.
Clack.
Trustee Relaford.
King.
And myself, Clack. We have 5 votes, Clack, 2 King. Vice President is Trustee Micah Clack. Micah Clack will serve as Vice President for 2024. Thank you. Action 21.4, nomination and election of secretary. Are there any nomination?
Madam President,
Yes.
I nominate Claudia Perkins.
Claudia Perkins, do you accept?
Yes.
Are there any other nomination? Are there any more nomination? Seeing there's no nomination, the majority vote would be Trustee Claudia Clack for for secretary. What did I just say? I'm writing Clack name down. I'm sorry. Okay, I am so sorry. Forgive me. Let's start this over again. Since there's only one nomination, and that was for Claudia Perkins. I wrote Clack here, sorry.
Point of order.
Yeah,
I think we still have to take the roll call vote to affirm.
do we? Micah Clack,
Perkins.
Trustee King,
Perkins.
Trustee Lona,
Perkins.
Trustee McIntyre,
Perkins.
Trustee Relaford,
Perkins.
Claudia Perkins,
Perkins.
myself, Claudia Perkins. We have reached a majority vote for secretary. The majority vote indicate that we will have trustee Claudia Perkins serve as secretary for 2024. Action item 21.5, nomination and election of treasurer. Are there any nominations? Trustee McIntyre.
I nominate trustee Luna for treasurer.
Are there any more nominations?
I nominate King.
Are there any other nominations?
Madam Chair, I do not want to be in that.
You
Thank
decline?
you. You
I decline. I respectfully decline.
Thank you.
Trustee King declined. We have one nomination for treasurer, which is trustee Dylan Luna. Members of the board, if I call your name for roll call, please answer. Michael, trustee Clack,
Luna.
trustee King,
Luna.
trustee McIntyre,
Luna.
trustee Perkins,
Luna.
trustee Relaford,
Luna.
and myself, trustee Luna. Who I did? Trustee Luna,
Luna.
sorry. We reach a majority for the treasurer. Majority indicate that we have state name, which is trustee Dylan Luna for treasurer for 2024. Action 21.5, nomination and election of your assistant secretary and treasurer. Are there any nominations?
Madam President,
Yes.
I nominate trustee Lauren McIntyre for assistant treasurer and secretary.
Do you accept, trustee McIntyre?
Yes.
Are there any more nominations? Seeing none, we will conduct a roll call vote. Trustee Clack,
McIntyre.
trustee King,
McIntyre.
trustee Luna,
McIntyre.
trustee Perkins,
McIntyre.
trustee Relaford,
McIntyre.
trustee McIntyre,
McIntyre.
and myself, trustee McIntyre. The members of the board, we have reached a majority vote for our assistant secretary and treasurer. Majority indicate that we will have trustee Laurie McIntyre serve as your assistant secretary and treasurer. At this time, I would like a round of applause for our new board office for 2024. Moving down to our next agenda item, appointment of Flint Board of Education liaison and alternate to the Genesee County Association of School Board member. Oh, I'm going to the next one. Did you want something? In the past, President and Vice President has served. We also can ask board members to serve in these positions. After the liaison and alternate are identified, we'll seek a motion and a second to approve. It has been properly moved and second that we're looking for. That's what we're looking for, so you guys can approve. Do you understand what you're approving? GISD. Look at,
Madam Chair, question, did we announce a person, or did we announce a position?
No, we're not, that's what I'm trying to,
Uh,
she's trying to understand what we're voting for.
So we're just voting
Oh,
for the
it's still
appointment
not working.
for the liaison and the alternate. So we need to nominate
But Norm is the,
or make a motion.
yeah, in the past, what we're trying to clear, in the past, has always been the president and the vice president. But it does not have to be. Do somebody wants to volunteer, or we can appoint, or we can,
I would like to nominate that we continue the tradition with the president and the vice president being the alternate.
Support.
so that was a motion. So it has been properly moved and second that we continue with the election process. Therefore, we have the president, Flint School Liaison, George Ellis McNeil, Vice President Michael Clack, as a Flint School alternate to the Genesee County Association of School Board member. Is there any discussion? If there's seeing no further discussion, the motion to approve action 21.7 will be conducted by a roll call vote. Board members, as I call your name, please say yes or no. Vice President Michael Clack.
Yes.
Trustee Terry King.
Yes?
Trustee Treasurer Dylan Luna.
Yes.
Trustee McIntyre.
Yes.
Secretary Claudia Perkins.
Yes.
Trustee Melanie Relaford.
Yes.
And myself, Joyce Ellis McNeil, yes. The motion passed by a vote of 7 yes and 0 no. This ends our election for our board. Are there any announcement? And this concludes our annual organization meeting. The meeting is adjourned at 6:47. Thank you. Happy New Year to you and your family.